We, the public, need good veterinarians, and we deserve a good board.
The state is a step closer to cleaning up what some leaders have called a mess with the agency in charge of Texas animal doctors. The Senate committee advanced a bill that would temporarily attach the Texas Vet Board to another state agency. It's supposed to help with data and management issues the board has been battling for years. But investigator Avery Travis explains why a second bill about vet board operations has some pet owners feeling like it's one step forward, two steps back.
On behalf of the 20 million Texans with companion animals, I encourage you to pass this bill.
It's not Judy Santerre's first time telling lawmakers she's worried about what's going on at the Texas Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners. She lost 2 animals, her horse and dog, to what she calls veterinary malpractice, and she wasn't happy with how the state board in charge of discipline responded.
They have not ever, in all these years, they have not gotten their database up and running.
Back in 2016, a legislative review called the vet board an agency in crisis. Subsequent reviews found it still hadn't implemented a working database to track complaints and cases. And in 2022, KXAN found dozens of disciplinary records still missing from the agency's public website.
This is the Vet Board's 3rd Sunset Review in 3 legislative sessions. That's unprecedented.
This time around, there's a push to bring in the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation for oversight and to help with data management, rulemaking, and other administrative tasks. A second bill was discussed today that would allow the vet board to dismiss meritless complaints. Supporters say this will help them in getting through the backlog that's plagued them for years. But some worry that for this agency, that's dangerous.
To give them supervision is a great thing, but if you take away a lot of what they're supposed to do before you do that, seems to be pointless.
But Dr. Jody Long, practicing vet and president of the association advocating on behalf of the industry, says it's all a part of helping the board be successful.
Having those frivolous cases that come through just take up very finite resources that the board has.
Any concern that by adding more dismissal power that some of those serious cases actually won't get justice?
Right, and that's where TDLR can come in on the administrative side to help get processes in place so that doesn't happen.
Avery Travis for State of Texas.
The agency's new executive director testified and said they are working to right the ship. She told lawmakers that in the last 6 months they have done more inspections than the last 2 years combined. The committee passed both bills. They'll go before the full Senate at a later date. Our investigators will keep following them. You can explore their coverage over the last year on our website. Just look for the link in the Texas Politics section.
As more migrants cross into Texas, the man in charge of border policy gets grilled on Capitol Hill.
You should be fired, but you haven't been fired because you were carrying out the policies of the Biden administration.
The conflict with Congress and the search for solutions on the border. The Drug Enforcement Agency is warning Texans of a new drug threat, why it's hard to tell how big the threat may actually be. Plus, our investigation sparks action at the state capitol about cars that shouldn't be on the road, the change that could combat fake paper license plates.